Welcome, everybody, and thank you for being here today for our monthly Dreams mini workshop. This is where we focus on bite-sized aspects of dreams, helping you to understand your own dreams. If you're watching this on YouTube, then a very warm welcome to you as well. And if you enjoy today's session, then please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. If you click the bell, then you'll be notified of more videos as I upload them like this. This is a kind of an interactive presentation or mini workshop. So if you've got any questions, please feel free to put those in the comments below the video, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Ollie. I'm a spiritual counselor, I'm a healer, and I help people to overcome life's challenges so that they can be who they were meant to be. And one of the ways I do this is to work with them on their dreams. My passion for dreams started in 2018, and I've been studying the work of several dream teachers since then. And one of particular note is Michael Sheridan, and he runs a weekly podcast. He's written books, runs courses all the time. And a lot of what we'll be covering today is from his work and his teacher before him, George Radigan. So let's dive in and find out how dreams help us when it comes to our health and our heart. So in today's mini workshop, we're going to be taking a look at how dreams are our 24/7 doctor and health dashboard, kind of health service, often letting us know years in advance of any potential health problems and their causes so that we have the opportunity to do something about them. We'll be taking a look at some basic health symbols and how to determine whether a dream is about your health or not. We'll then focus in on the heart, and we'll be learning how the heart has a need for balance, not only in terms of lifestyle, as we all know, but in terms of emotional balance. And this is so important to its physical health as well. We'll see how very often, at a very early age, we build an angry wall around our heart. And this is due to adverse childhood experiences. And we'll see why we do that. We'll take a look at some very common heart dream symbols that crop up in dreams. These are archetypal symbols that will crop up for people no matter what culture or country you're in. And of course, we'll be interpreting some dreams. So let's dive in. So your dreams are a daily or rather nightly health monitoring service. So if something is out of balance, and that could cause a physical problem in the future, then your dreams will provide you with a health report and advice on what to do about that if you know what to look for. So this will include warnings of future problems, and this is often, as I mentioned earlier, years in advance. So somebody who has a major health issue will have been shown this in their dreams hundreds and hundreds of times over the previous few years before that. This health report each night is based on everything about you from your birth to your present day. And so that's including your emotional, your physical, your mental, your spiritual aspects. And so all of these factors are important for your optimum health. Dreams used in this way are one of the most underused aspects of working with your health. And they're very effective. They don't lie. They tell you exactly what's happening. And when you get a health dream, your dream will also be trying to heal you as well. And this is where your higher self is going to be using healing mechanisms, healing symbols to try and help the problem. Of course, it helps us. It helps if we can actually do something practically here in the material world as well. So it'll provide a health dashboard, if you like, and you can think of like a little health warning coming up as a little warning light on one of these dashboards. And it's interesting that in the West, generally, Western medicine tends to try and remove the warning light rather than the actual cause of the problem. And So we'll get some warning lights. I'll be looking at the actual causes, very often emotional and to do with adverse childhood experiences, and what actions we can take. If these are ignored, and this again, we'd have to ignore them over hundreds and hundreds of dreams, then you'll find that we actually manifest a physical problem of some form. And so therefore it's much better to take action at an earlier stage. And I'd always say that it's best to complement what your doctor and Western medicine can do alongside advice from your dreams. Together, they're quite a formidable combination. Right, let's take a look at some basic health symbols. So in dreams, the body is often symbolized by solid objects, such as houses, buildings, cars. And different parts of a house represent different parts of the body very often. So see if you can work out what each of these parts of a house symbolize generally in dreams. And to give yourself a clue, you can ask yourself, well, what do people do in that room? Or what's the function of that room? And where is the room located? That's also a good clue. So kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, the attic. What about the stairs? Heating system, back door, electrical wiring. So if you fancy having a go at that, you might want to pause the video just here and see if you can spot these. Okay, let's take a look. So the kitchen, what do you do in the kitchen? You prepare food most of the time. And so the kitchen is often about digestive system. Bathroom is where we cleanse ourselves. It's where we clean ourselves, wash. So it's also where we eliminate what we don't need down the toilet. So the bathroom is often about the elimination system, that can be the colon, or the need to eliminate or cleanse a belief or attitude that is currently affecting you. The bedroom is where we rest. It's where you may have every night when you go to sleep, that you'll spend part of that night leaving your body. Now, it sounds a bit weird, but you'll actually leave the body and go to what we call the astral plane. That's where you would meet up with your guides or other people or other spirits, let's say, and you might even remember some of these in your dreams occasionally, but we generally don't remember those. So astral activities can be symbolized by the bedroom. But more often than not, it's often about sex and reproduction, so the reproductive system, because that's where we generally tend to do those things. So it can also mean meditation as well. Attic. Well, where's the attic in the house? It's right at the top. And what do you do with the attic? You store things in it. So it's a great metaphor for the brain and for the mind. What about the stairs? Now the stairs are kind of ridged. They've got, so you go up the body, as it were, up the house. So the stairs are a good metaphor for the spine. The heating system. The heating system is made up of hot water, which circulates around the pipes, and it's there's a boiler to heat the water, and there's a pump. So this is a really good analogy for the body's circulatory system, because the heart is a pump. Wherever you see heat, that is usually to do with emotions and feeling, i.e. the heart. And finally, last two, the back door. Well, the back door of the body is, of course, the rectum and the elimination system. So that's often used to symbolize that. Electrical wiring, the nervous system, because the nervous system carries electrical impulses around our body. So the house is a fantastic metaphor for the body, but it can be cars as well, and other buildings. So how do you know if a dream is about your health or not? So dream symbols can have other meanings. So for example, driving a car can mean pursuing your goals, getting from A to B. So one good clue is that health dreams focus on objects in the location where you are. For example, if you're in a car, then your attention might be drawn to the wing mirrors. And so that would be a symbol for the reproductive system, because mirrors reproduce an image of you in the mirror. Another good clue is if that object has a physical problem, if there's damage on it, if it's damaged in some way, then it's nearly always a health dream. You can also, if you're, you can also pick up puns in dreams. That happens quite often. Yes, the spirit world does have a sense of humor. So in this next dream, you can actually see this actually happening. A woman dreamt that she went into her kitchen and saw that the frying pan had fallen off the cooker onto the floor. When she picked it up, she notices the family crest on the inside of the pan. She also sees that the pan is corroded and eaten away with rust in the area of the crest. So, what have we got here in terms of keywords? Well, we got the kitchen. So immediately we're kind of thinking this is perhaps a digestion system type of dream. We've got a frying pan. Now that keys into the kitchen, because what do you do in a frying pan? You cook food, you prepare food. So again, digestive system. But we see that it's fallen off the cooker and onto the floor. So this is something that the dreamer needs to overcome. Anything on the floor, something you need to overcome. Now we've got this weird family crest on the frying pan. What's that about? Well, we see that the frying pan is corroded and eaten away with rust. So rust in a dream is never a good symbol, and rust eats into metal, it eats into solid objects. So it is a good symbol, a good metaphor for cancer. Of course, cancerous cells eat into the body. So we never really want to see that in a dream. However, it's perfectly normal to get these kind of dreams from time to time, because our immune system is dealing with cancer cells all the time. That's what the immune system is part of its job, dealing with those malfunctioning cells. But if you start getting dozens of these kind of dreams per month, then it's going to be a really good idea to get yourself checked out at your doctor's. So what this dream is saying is that the dreamer has got a health problem, and it's to do with the pancreas. Why the pancreas? Well, we've got a bit of a pun here, because we've got pan crest. So we've got the crest of the pan, pancreas. I know it's a dreadful pun, but that's what dreams do. And we've got some rust. So 2 weeks after having this dream, the woman did get herself checked out, and unfortunately she was diagnosed as having cancer of the pancreas. Now that was probably years down the road of not picking up dreams and warnings before that. So let's focus now on the heart. How do you look after your heart? Well, we all know that balanced diet is a good idea, moderate exercise, relaxation, all good things that physically will help your health and heart. But balanced expression of feelings is just as important. You know, our heart is as much energy as it is physical. And so a balanced heart is going to have opportunity for emotional expression, saying how you feel truthfully, and for receiving other people's feelings and feeling, if you like, how they are feeling, a kind of empathy. And many people are unaware that they're even blocking emotional expression in their hearts. I was one of those. And so Western education, it's interesting to note that Western education really just prioritizes intellectual prowess, you know, filling your head with knowledge. And that leads often to suppression of feelings. You're not supposed to bring your feelings into your studies. You know, do you ever get lessons which are like how to work with feelings and emotions 101? No, not really. So Feelings and emotions are language of the soul, or rather feelings are language of the soul, and they're actually language of the divine. So it's really, really important for us spiritual beings and our growth in awareness to become connected to our feelings through the heart. And so many people incarnate here on earth to journey deeper into their hearts in order to discover the feeling of love, to discover the feelings of joy, compassion, forgiveness, intuition, i.e., how to feel once again. So let your heart feel other people's emotions and allow yourself to express how you feel to yourself and to others. And it's very common for people to have trained themselves not to do this, often from an early age. An imbalance in the heart by not doing this two-way flow can lead to physical health problems later down the line. And it's kind of like a block of energy, really. We're blocking energy coming in and out of our heart. And that's what our hearts are designed to do. A constant flow of energy coming in and out, feelings in and out. Interesting to note that heart-related illnesses are responsible for nearly 50% of all deaths in the Western world. So this stuff's important. So let's see how we can very often build a metaphorical wall around our hearts from a very early age. Right, the angry wall. So, a newborn child expects and needs unconditional love. If not given, then the child is going to feel sadness and loss. It's going to feel emotional pain. Now, newborn children, newborn babies are sensitive to the feelings and emotions of others, even if they can't rationalize at that age. And that feeling of sadness, that pain of emotions, it can last until the end of their second year, by which time they usually surround their heart with you can think of as an angry wall to protect themselves from further sadness. And their anger, which kind of patrols that wall, prevents people from getting too close and hurting them again because they don't want to feel that emotional pain. And this gives them protection from that emotional pain. The problem is that, okay, you might prevent people from getting too close and hurting you again, but the sadness, the root, is suppressed inside the wall, and that wall separates the person from all feelings, not just the sadness. And our heart suffers an imbalance, and this can lead to the potential to develop physical problems in later life. So, you know, if we have gone through that process, and a lot of us have done, then as adults, what we've done is to forget the pain of childhood, and we've forgotten that the wall has separated us from our feelings. We don't even know we've got a problem. We're unaware of our heart's imbalance. And so the question is then, how can we become aware of this problem if we've forgotten about it? And the answer is that, thankfully, dreams will show us every night. So let's take a look at some dream symbols. So any symbol of fire is going to be about emotions and feelings. So that could be a fireplace or a hearth. Notice the pun on hearth, heart. It could be a furnace, boiler, heating system. The heart is also a pump as well. Could be a wall for obvious reasons, that wall around the heart. Apartments often come up, or flats if you're in the UK. Apartments, there's the pun there, keeping you apart from others. Clocks, our hearts are often referred to as the ticker, our tickers, because they're ticking, obviously. And so there's the reference to clocks. So clocks are a great metaphor for the heart. And also clocks, analog clocks are round. And anything that's round or circular is a pun on circulation, and it circulates because our circulatory system is a good metaphor for that. So the bicycle has got two wheels which circulate, and you need balance to ride a bicycle. So not only do you have that pun on circulation system, but you also have the balance that's needed for the heart. Italy is a good symbol for the heart. In Italy, they're very passionate. It's very emotional, and so they show their feelings. They're not afraid to show their feelings and to feel other people's feelings. So Italy is a really good metaphor that's used by dreams, good archetype, as long as you don't come from Italy. If you come from Italy, then it won't hold. Money loves to circulate in the economy, and so money in dreams is often about the heart and circulation system. So if there's no reference to a physical problem, yet you get heart symbols, then it's about your heart's emotional health. And this can lead to more physical problem warning signs down the line if you don't do any action, don't take any action on your emotional health. Okay. So here's a dream. A man dreamt about being in a large open plan house with no walls. The heat from the fireplace was radiating everywhere around the house. So what have we got? Let's take a look at the keywords. Open plan. That's asking the man to open up and to remove the wall or the walls he's built around his heart. No walls. Then we've got heat. So we've got emotions, feelings. That's what the heat is going to be about. And we've got fireplace. Okay, so we have a direct reference really to the heart from all of those symbols, really backing each other up. And that heat is radiating everywhere around the house. So that's a clear dream for the dreamer to take some action on and to try and open their heart and actually try and share their feelings with others. Let's take a look at some more heart symbols now that can come up. Women often exercising, could be dancing as well. This is a symbol that's often used in dreams to exercise your emotional expression. It's a request to exercise your emotional expression because women often are about the feminine energy, and feminine energy is about emotions and feelings. So it's important to note that emotional expression does not mean outbursts of rage. Uncontrolled anger is a really big clue that that we have built a wall around our heart. Any kind of wheel, circular pattern, that's the circulation pun on circulatory system. Good to look out for those in dreams. They come up a lot. Anything green is to do with the heart chakra. Green is the color of the heart chakra. And if it's in the countryside is open. So that's a request. It's helping the dreamer. It's actually healing that's taking place in the dream to help the dreamer to be open and express their feelings and emotions. It might be worthwhile, just while we're here, just to say, what's the difference between a feeling and an emotion? So the emotion is like the result of a feeling. It's the physical result of a feeling. You can kind of think of emotion as energy in motion, emotion. And so it's the feeling you get, it might be somewhere in the body due to the the physical feeling, due to the original feeling that's caused it. A bank account, yep, circulation of money. Money loves to circulate. So a bank account should also be kept in balance. So if you've got an overdrawn bank account coming up in your dreams, it's a direct request to balance your heart in some respect. Double doors, could be the revolving doors as well. That lets people come in and out. So it's a flow, a two-way flow. And so that's a good symbol for emotional expression and empathy for others' feelings. A teapot or jug, well, we tend to have cups of tea with friends, family, and we share. So coffee or tea is about sharing emotions, sharing feelings, and listening. So also the handle of teapots is often kind of heart-shaped as well, or one half of a heart. So that's often used in dreams. A flow of traffic, often used especially when you've got traffic on an arterial road, i.e. a main road. See, notice the pun on arterial. And so, yeah, that's a good symbol for a two-way flow of feelings through your heart. The number 8, and you can look this up on the Dreams workshop that we did on numbers. And the number 8 is the infinity sign that's put up on its end. So it's about expansion of the heart without limit. And why the heart? Well, the number 8 is the only balanced number. You can kind of hold it on its side on your finger, and it's balanced. So it's a good number representing the heart and infinite expansion. Okay, if you cut it in half, you get 2 3s as well. And 3s in dream symbology refer to commitment. So it's kind of saying, please commit to the balance. You've got the 2 3s of your heart. So it's a great number for that. And a car engine, of course, is the heart of a car. Great. So there are some heart symbols which are very common in dreams. Good to look out for. Let's take a look at 2 dreams now to finish off with. I'm in the front room of my mother's house looking out of the bay window. It is raining and my lime green Fiat 127 car is in the driveway. I have the car hood open as I was having battery trouble. I intended fixing it. My oldest brother is behind me, telling me to close the bonnet, but I am not concerned about the rain. My other brother comes home from abroad and gives him a birthday present. Funny thing is that it's not yet his birthday. Let's take a look at some keywords. What have we got? We've got green. Okay, so we start to see, heart chakra, green, okay. Car hood, open. So the car hood or the bonnet is revealing the engine, and the engine is the heart of the car. So this is a request to give access to the heart, request to open up the dreamer's feelings. We've got battery trouble. Now, this batteries, electrical batteries, are a good metaphor for the heart as well, because batteries are electrical pumps. The heart is a pump in itself. And so this refers to the heart or circulatory system, and it's a circulatory system problem. And the dreamer is aware that they have a problem because he's saying, I was having battery trouble. We have Fiat. Now, Fiat is an Italian car, Italian manufacturer. And so Italy is all about the heart. It's all about emotions and feelings and passion. Unless you were born in Italy, in which case it won't hold. Then we see a bay window. Now, this is quite a subtle keyword, a subtle dream symbol. And if the house is the body, then the bay window kind of sticks out the front a little bit. And so this is actually a symbol for the womb. The dreamer is affected today by something which happened way back in the past. And if you miss that symbol, then birthday backs it up. Birthday is about your birthday. So it brings the dreamer back to his birth. And we have rain. Rain's a good symbol to see in a dream because it's all about life and letting in the spiritual nature. Water is all about life and spiritual nature. So the dreamer is aware that he's fixing the problem. That's brilliant. And he experienced emotional trauma at the time of his birth, way back, actually at his birth. That's when the trauma took effect. And the open bonnet indicates that the dreamer has closed off his heart due to that trauma. But the great thing is he's in the process of working on himself to fix this. So it's actually quite a positive dream, this. His oldest brother is symbolizing the dreamer's father. And that often is the case in dreams. So the dreamer does a really good thing here to ignore his older brother request to close the bonnet and close up his heart again. And we can see his dad's negativity coming through from there. And he's behind him as well. So it's from the past. And of course, it would be, but that negativity is also contributing to his heart problems. The other brother is a guide. And we can tell that he's a guide because anybody who gives a present is a guide in a dream. And this is a reward to the dreamer or working on himself. And at the time of this dream, the dreamer was 2 weeks into cutting the ties that bind with his mother. And this is a process to direct the subconscious to eliminate the negative influences of an event or a person. It helps the subconscious to heal those beliefs that we've put into ourselves to try and deal with trauma from a very early age. So, positive dream. Let's take a look at another one. I'm in my apartment, which is at the back of a set of apartments. Next, I'm walking along a pier at a harbour, and 40 men on horses jump off the end of the pier. I'm surprised that the water was shallow there. Next, a man on a horse is coming towards me. I'm afraid he's going to hit me because he's not looking where he's going. At the last minute, he pulls to the side, banging his head off a wall. He gets up and is angry at me for being in his way. Let's take a look at some heart symbols. There's one, apartment. This dreamer keeps herself apart from other people and being apart from emotions. There we go, there's a wall. Always a good clue in a dream that the dreamer has built a wall around her heart. Now, this dreamer is not looking where she's going, because you are everything in a dream, okay? So even though the man is not looking where he's going, it refers to the dreamer. She doesn't see the damage she is causing herself by closing off her heart. We see the harbour. Reference to birth, because what do ships do in a harbour? They birth. Pun. That's often used. It comes up a lot, harbours. So we can see that this dreamer's problem is linked to her birth. Then we see a man on a horse, and that will be the dreamer's father. Of course, the most important male character in most people's lives are our father. And so that comes up in dreams. And we can see that her father is angry at her for being in his way. Now, if you refer that back to the birth, we can see that her father was angry at her for being in the way at the time of her birth. So maybe he just thought, I can't be doing with this. And she picked up on that emotionally. Finally, we see that the man is banging his head off a wall. Never a good sign to see, never a good symbol to see in a dream, banging your head on something like concrete. This is a warning of a stroke. So it's saying that if the dreamer continues on this path, then physical damage or disease could occur along those lines. So this dreamer had developed a pattern of putting herself in second place. And we can see that from the fact that her apartment is at the back of a set of apartments. And so as not to be in the way. And she came to this life in order to deepen her spiritual understanding. And this is shown by all those people jumping into the shallow water. At the moment, her spiritual understanding is shallow. The dream is asking her to deepen that. And in reality, the dreamer worked with her father, who did not treat her as an equal. And we can see that because the man is on the horse. And that's not to be confused with guides who are often put her in a higher position in a dream than us. But in this case, it was her father. It could be a guide as well, playing the part of her father. That's always possible. And this constant conflict between her and her father is damaging her health at that time. Finally, the horse is a symbol that the dreamer has a spiritual healing ability to be able to channel energy through her body into other people to help them heal. And the reason it's put in there is because if the dreamer does work on herself to heal the trauma at her birth, then that gift will be strengthened by healing the issues surrounding her father. Great. So if you have any questions from what we've done, we've been zooming through quite a lot of content today, but please feel free to put them in the comments section below the video, and I will respond quick as I can. And always interested to hear your experiences and any ideas that you have had as we've gone through the presentation today. And I just want to say thank you for being here. Dreams offer us guidance and healing for our health. And that's so that we can grow in awareness. You know, without our health, we wouldn't be able to achieve our life purpose for most of us. Sometimes we come here and have planned to have health issues, but most of the time our higher self really just wants us to be as healthy as we can so that we have the time to raise our awareness through our 5 senses and through the experiences we have here on Earth. Our dreams give us a 24/7 personal doctor service, and we've looked at health symbols today, so you can pick those up in your dreams. We've shown how a dream can be about a physical problem, like a disease that's currently there, by looking for damage or the potential for that disease to happen by looking for damage on those heart and health symbols. And we've taken a look at the heart and how it needs balance, how it needs emotional balance. It needs expression, and it needs to feel other people's expressions. And we've seen how we can build an angry wall around our heart from a very, very early age in order to protect ourselves from the emotional pain that we experienced at that time. And unfortunately, that this inhibits the flow of all our feelings. And so that restricts our spiritual growth and understanding of our true nature. After all, feelings are the language of the soul and of the divine. So we need to connect with those feelings. I want to leave you with an affirmation which you could use, which helps that two-way flow of feelings. I allow myself to feel everything. I allow myself to release everything, and I allow myself to become who I came here to be. And this is actually from Lee Harris, who is a channel, and he channels the Z's. Well worth looking him up. And this is a message from the Z's, who are spiritual guides, who are helping us through him. And it's a lovely affirmation to help you open the heart and as you feel other people's emotions, to help you release those as well. We can't hold on to those as well. Okay. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening and watching. I hope you found it interesting. Please feel free to put your comments below, and it'd be great to hear from you. If you need help understanding your dream, then please submit your dream at my website, oliverwedgwood.com. I'll be very happy to get back to you on that. And I look forward to seeing you at the next Dreams mini workshop next month. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.